Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today. And today our second card for the Otterly Amazing stamp set, we're actually going to focus on the dies. They've got some beautiful dies for this particular stamp set. There are, oh look, there's loads here. There are 15 dies in this particular stamp set, of which you can cut out, bear with me for a second, you can cut out each of these little animals, or the otters, and you can cut out the foliage here. There is also a die that will cut out some fish for you, and lots of foliage. So today we're going to focus on a few of the dies. Let's put the card aside, and I will show you the dies we're going to use. So we're going to use this foliage die, and I'm going to use Early Espresso and Pecan Pie for that. We have a log, and that I have cut out in Calypso Coral. You can see it's got all these wonderful lines to give you the effect of the log, so that's brilliant. Then we've got this, which is absolutely brilliant. You get 2 fishes in the price of 1 run through, and I have got some pool party fishes, so they are our die supplies. And obviously, not obviously, but we are also using a die for our otter, which I will show you in a moment. So let's bring in our supplies apart from those. So I have got Night of Navy, measuring 8 by 5 3/4. I have a piece of Pool Party, which is 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. I have 2 pieces of white cardstock, which measure 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of scrap for my otter, and I also have a piece of 3 1/4 inches by 3 1/2 for the sentiment. So most of our work is going to be focused on here as usual. So the first thing I want to do is I am going to stamp, let's put my teeth back in, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. I'm using the Happy Birthday from the Sweetly Scripted, and I'm going to stamp that in Night of Navy. Now our card that, oh, wait a minute, there it is. Our card that was on the front was in landscape, and I'm going to attempt it in portrait today. So let's see how that works. So let's put the Happy Birthday on here first of all. Ah, perfect. That can sit aside across there. Lovely. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of white cardstock, and you'll notice that on the card my fish are stamping around in a circle. What I did was, and obviously you can use anything, I took my tear and tape and I popped it on my card like so, and then drew a very faint circle around so that I can see my fish. Let's bring that up so you can just about see the circle. What I'm going to do different on this is I'm actually going to give the circle a little bit of blending, and I'm going to use the Balmy Blue. So I'm going to rub in a circular motion, and then I'm just going to give it a light, almost watery effect, I suppose you could say. So I don't want it to be too dark, and it's just to give the otter a bit of background. Okay, one more, just going to go round the circle. There we are, perfect, lovely. Right, so now it's time to bring in our little fishes. That comes on this little stamp here. Let's bring those up. Oh, there we go. You can see all those little fishes all in one go. I'm going to stamp those in a circle in anti-clockwise in Pretty Peacock. So obviously the shape isn't going to be a full circle, but it will give us a rough idea of which way we're going. So I'm just going to stamp it round. Okay. It's just really to give you the effect of a circle. It doesn't have to be full. Now you can see my issue here. I've got this gap, but I'm not going to worry too much. I'm going to take a post-it note, tear it in half. I'm going to put one there and one there, and then hopefully I can add my little fish in the middle. Oops, let's make sure we do it the right way, otherwise it will look very strange. Let's see what we've got. There we go. So you can pull that off. There you are. So there's your circle. Let's move that aside. Perfect. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take those little fishes that I showed you earlier on in the pool party. And then I'm going to stick those down in the clockwise rotation. I'm going to take my multi-purpose and my pointy tool, and I want to just, I'm going to roughly put them there, work out where I'm going to put them, because I want them to go, I only want 5, even though I've cut 6, so that they give you that other bit of backing. There we go. So somebody doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more makes 5. So I'm just going to put them there roughly so I know how. You could almost say they're going to be dry mounted, so I know where everything's going. So my log will go on here, like so. Could even go down a bit further. And then I'm going to bring up my leaves or my foliage onto here. So that's what I'm looking for, and then I'm going to put my otter. So let's stamp the otter first before we stick all of that down, and then I know everything is in the right position. So I'm going to stamp my otter in Pebble Path, and this one's having a little lie down. So let's there we go. He's having a little lie down. There he is. Isn't he cute? And then I'm going to colour him in right, I'm going to colour him in Pecan Pie, dark and light. But I've also got light crumb cake. And what I want to do is I'm going to put an edging round the actual otter, so that when I cut it out, it has a shadow. It's not white. However, I've done this ahead of time, and as you can see, I'm not sure I like it. So going to turn the camera off for a second. I'm going to recolour this in and cut it out with my die, like so, and have the white layer, and then we can decide. But literally what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dark pecan, and I'm just going to do a few highlights. So under his chin, most of the area that you're going to colour in is already, with a dark, is already highlighted with the ink. And I'm just going to do that because that will be where his shadow will be for the log. Gosh help us and save us, the words are just not coming out today. There we go. Okay, look at him, he is just so cute and cool. Laying back, it's his birthday, he doesn't care. I haven't got a care in the world, this little otter. Right, let me just finish him off on camera and I will come straight back. Perfect. So I've done that now, I've cut him out, and the more I look at the white, I think I prefer the white. Oh, I can pick up that one. So let us just try it on our, come on you, try it on here and see what we think. So that will be our little otter here with the white, or our little otter with the light backing. I don't know now. Decisions, decisions. White or coloured? I think I'm going to go for the white. I think I'm going for the white. Right, so let's all glue these down so we can get on with it. So, a tiny dot of glue from my multi-purpose. Come on. I don't want it to ooze out too much, but I would like it to come out. Come on, you can do it. Okay, let's try another one. Alright, this one's a little fuller. It's still got that glue on the top of it. So, there we go, look at that. So now we can pick up our fish, pop him down. As I say, I only want the tiniest amounts of glue as you go around because I really don't want to have it oozing out. Let's move that up a bit there, a bit around there. Come on, you. So as I said on Monday, this is a online stamp set, dies and also papers. We will delve into the papers on Friday with our funky fold. So if you like funky folds, then do join us on Friday. And join us anyway, because you'll see the beautiful papers that come with this bundle. There we go. A little bit there. Perfect. And I have to say, I do love the dies. It just adds extra. Oh, look at that. I do apologise. My alarm. Phone's on Do Not Disturb, but my alarm still went off. Apologies. There we go. Right, so that's that one. Now, with my block, my log, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise that up on dimensionals. Makes life easier for putting the foliage behind. So just two is all I really need. One there and one there. I do apologise if I sound a little bit blocked up today. I seem to have woken up with a cold. Not quite sure where it came from, but there we go. A cold I have got. So that will go there. And then we can take our greenery. Oh, it's not really greenery, is it? It's brown. But you know what I mean. Oh, it's just obviously decided it doesn't. Oh, I picked up the wrong one again. Let's try this one. Yeah, I did. Look at that. Okay, so that's going to go just behind here like this. Far down as possible, but I don't want it poking out on the other side. And then I've got the early espresso as well. And that will go. It's hit a dimensional, so that's fine because it still gives me the height. And then our little outer. Now he can either go underneath there like that, or do I raise him up so that he sits on top? I think I'm going to pop him underneath, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue around there. So let's add a glue, and I'm going to pop him underneath the log so that he looks like he's just chilling out, having a whale of a time. And then we are going to add our sentiment. Apologies, I went into a complete sneezing fit there. I didn't think I was going to get myself off camera quick enough, but I managed it. Right, so we're back to adding our dimensionals onto the back of the sentiment. like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of my wing Costella. Now I normally use it on my Christmas, but I wanted to give my pool party fish a little bit of a glisten. So let's add the sentiment to here. There we go. Grab my, there we go, my wing Costella, and I'm just going to add a glisten to my pool party fish. And there we are, tiny bit there. Now obviously you could add some bling if you wished. I have some stone bling in my stash. I can't remember if it's still in the catalogue. If it is, I will link the information below. But I'm just going to reach over and grab it. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Where are you? There he is. So I will double check, and as I said, I will list it in the supply list below if it's still in current catalogue. But of course you can use whatever bling you wish. And I think I'm going to use this one because it looks like that's pecan. Yeah, it is. Let's have a look. Let's see where we can put these. One there. One there. And then maybe one up here as well. There we go. And now all we need to do is add him to the rest of our cardstocks. So let's go. So we're going to layer that onto our pool party. Oops. Now I know I'm using the right one this time because I put the lid on the other one. Oh. Let's try this one. It's a good job I have more than one glue on my table, isn't it really? Do you ever find that you pick something up and find that it's just not working for you? I'll go back 5 minutes later and it'll come oozing out and I'll be like, oh. Right, there we are. Now we're going to layer it on to our Night of Navy. And for those of you that prefer to score, we are scoring at the 4-inch mark along the long side. My bone folder, just to burnish. There we are. And then we can attach our little otter onto the base. There we go. So quite a quick card once you've got everything cut out. There we are. So, birthday card, and I suppose you could say anniversary card. I think both portrait and landscape work really, really well. So my question to you is, this otter, does he look better with the white or does he look better with the dark? I still can't decide. It's really difficult, isn't it? Anyway, thank you for joining me today. As I said, I'll be back on Friday with a funky fold and we will be working with the designer series paper. So do join me then if you can. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Bye. If you'd like to see the close-up photographs, please go to either my Facebook, Instagram or Pinterest, and on my blog you will be able to see the full measurements and also the card supplies, which are also in the description below on YouTube. Thanks everybody, see you soon.